Hello to everybody who's popped on. I see 11 people on now, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. My name is Tanea, and I'm gonna be your host for the evening. I do use she/her pronouns, and you'll see all of our performers tonight do have their personal pronouns listed as well, so you'll be able to know exactly who you're talking about, and two, when you pop comments, to congratulate them all for being exciting this evening. We are very excited to bring you our first youth planned and basically facilitated event. You're going to hear me talking a lot tonight because our youth are all partaking in the read for this evening. But we are very excited to have you all here, and we hope that you enjoy the ride that you're going to see tonight. We are doing essentially a play and a half tonight. So we have local playwright Day Chase here, who has written both of the shows that we're doing tonight. We're going to do a full read of one, and then we're going to do a little bit of a taster on the other once we get there. Before we begin, I do just want to give a couple quick shout outs. First of all, I would like to give a really big shout out to David and Andrew, who are producing this whole thing. They're working behind the scenes to make sure that we all look good and sound good as this goes. So we're very excited about that. We do want to give a really big shout out to the event planning committee as well: Wayne Ailing, Alyssa Hudson, Wade Fleming, and then I guess myself, but it seems weird to thank myself, so we're going to bypass that for now. I do want to give a big shout out to Chelsea Thistle, who was our youth who basically picked what we were doing tonight and helped plan the whole event between picking plays and making sure everything was running smoothly. So we do want to give her a big thank you as well. If you happen to know a youth over the age of 15 that might be interested in facilitating and planning an event in the future, make sure that you connect them to box.office@gplt.ca, where they can express their interest, and then we will match them with someone who can help them facilitate the event. Before we get on with some of the play readings for tonight, I do want to introduce us to the playwright, Day Chase. Day is in her so sorry, Day. I mixed third and fourth together in my brain, and so now you get first. No, Day is well past her first year. She's currently enrolled in her third, going into her fourth at the University of Lethbridge, where she's studying theater. She is an award-winning playwright and filmmaker, and also teaches the GPLT Rising Star program. So we're really excited to have you. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
You're so welcome. We are also going to bring Chelsea into the chat as well. Before we get started with a Tina Wilson original, we just have a couple questions for you about the play and why you wrote it and oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, words today. Why and how it came to be. So our very first question is, what inspiration drew you to write this play?
Yeah, so I was inspired by, I found an article a while back about a bunch of high school students that went into an art gallery and they decided to put a pair of glasses on the floor and see what happened. And everyone started treating it like it was art. What? So I wrote this play pretty much based upon that article and the little nuances there. What is art? Is it this? Do these glasses count as art? I mean, the photographer seemed to think so, and so did all the spectators. So, yeah, that's kind of what it's based upon.
And is there a specific story that you were hoping to tell in kind of like tackling this weird glasses on the floor concept?
Yeah, so like Tanea said, I'm in my third year at university, and I kind of really wanted to tackle that whole art student persona and see what I could do with all those crazy art kids, putting them together into a room. Maybe they're really competitive, maybe they like each other, maybe they secretly hate each other. There's a lot you could do with it, so.
When you wrote the play, what was your favorite part of the process?
My favorite part, I think it was trying to make it as crazy as I could. I'm still kind of in the process of writing this one. So I kind of want to push that even crazier. So if anyone has any ideas, let me know. But yeah, I really wanted to make it as crazy as I could and how far I could push it all the time. So
during the play, like what was your favorite scene or moment with the characters?
There's one moment where a character renames her art piece into a really long name that I can't remember right now, but you guys will know it when you hear it. That's probably my favorite specific part. Yeah.
In your professional opinion, having written the script at this point, I think that makes you a professional.
Oh
What
yeah.
makes art art?
I'm I'm very professional. My professional answer is I don't know. Try whatever you want it to be, I guess. What do you guys think?
I feel like when I was in university, we had this conversation a lot about like what made art art. And to be totally honest, I was having this conversation earlier about what makes art art and who gets to decide that. I can say in my non-professional, professional, non-professional, professional experience, I have no idea. Like, I don't know who gets to decide that. Chelsea, do you have any ideas?
No, I think it's like subjective and nobody really knows, and that's kind of the whole point, I guess.
Yeah, we talk about it so often, and I feel like there's not an exact answer to it, but it is fun to talk about. Are those glasses art or are they just glasses? Who knows?
And why were they put there in the first place? Was it just because they thought it would be a funny prank, or maybe they were making art in their mind the whole time?
I have another question. What was the hardest character to write in the show? Like, if there was one for you.
The hardest one to write in this show. Maybe, okay, since this has gone through a couple of drafts, I'm gonna say Jeff was the hardest because I couldn't figure out what to do with him. You'll see what I did, but I couldn't figure it out for a while.
Sorry, I'm going to throw you for a couple loops. I know we talked about potentially having all of the questions ahead of time, but you gave me inspiration, so now we're doing this. Was there any, like, when you were writing the play, often we hear that people are pulling inspiration from the people that they know, without like being like, oh, this person is totally this person, because that's weird for everybody. Do you find that you pull inspiration from people that you've met in terms of building those characters?
In this play, I 100% have. Absolutely. There's a few characters that feel exactly like some of the art students that I know. I also borrowed the name Tina from several art teachers I've had named Tina, like more than like a few. Like I've had a lot of art teachers named Tina, so I just called her Tina as an homage to all of them. Who some were awesome, some were less awesome. I'm not gonna name names. Some I didn't even have, but their names were Tina. So
I really appreciate that you say you're not going to name names, but we all know they're named Tina. Thank you so much for that little bit of insight, Day. We really appreciate it. I'm going to pull all of the performers to the stage, and we are going to start with our reading of a Tina Wilson original.
Well, final show, and we get put in the very back corner.
Yeah, I wish we were more towards the front. This is a really strange area. I've never been over here before. But it's not like we have enough work to fit the gallery anyways, and the other art here isn't student work, it's professional.
I'm sure we could have pulled something together. I know Tina would want us to be noticed.
What, like someone would come and buy our final projects?
I just want my work to be seen.
No one is going to buy our stuff, Jack. The only chance any of us have at gaining anything tonight is going to be that scholarship.
And if that's the case, then we all know who's going to get paid tonight.
Oh, shut up, you.
Actually, we don't know anything. The money could go to anyone here.
It's going to be me.
Liv enters, the camera strung around her neck, balancing a tray of coffees in one hand and a wooden chair in the other.
He's the favorite.
I'm the favorite.
Happy last exhibition, guys. Can't wait to never see you again.
Liv,
thank you. Cream, sugar, anyone?
Jack nods and Ruby takes his coffee and hers and adds some cream and sugar.
That's so nice. Thanks, Liv. And I mean, I hope to see you guys again. We're all doing the art thing after all. We could help each other out.
Liv takes a photo of Summer.
Well, there you go. Now I won't forget you.
Are you taking photos of the paintings?
Yeah, Tina wants some references for marking.
Can you hold off on mine for a bit? I'm not quite convinced that it's the right one.
Mine isn't quite done yet either.
Liv slides the chair underneath her painting, lowering the painting so the silhouette matches up with the chair. The others stare.
Well, what did that do?
Why are so many artists obsessed with chairs, or chair-shaped things, or stacking a bunch of chairs, or a painting chair? Van Gogh painted a chair. Not even just one chair either. He painted 2 chairs. Seriously, what is so profound about a chair?
It's not just about the chair. Anyone who sits here becomes a part of the painting. They match. My piece is interactive in this way, like classical interactive, without any of the modern tech ideas and whatnot. And anyone who sits in this chair, I'll take a photo of. That way, I can record the piece while it changes and grows.
Oh, I see.
He awkwardly exits.
Tina's gonna like that. You might just stand a chance at the money, Liv. But I think I have a fair shot too. She liked my balance in the other pieces, and I made sure that this one has personal meaning.
Yes. They all stare at their own painting. Liv goes through the camera.
I think I might switch it again. I think Tina liked the other one better.
I like the one you chose.
Me too. It's just
Just what?
I don't think it's gonna be well received. It's too much. She hates flowers. She always says they're just an exercise in shadows and highlights. They don't mean anything.
You'll be fine. You get a passing mark. You always do.
Not as good as any of you. I'm pretty sure Tina hates me.
To be fair, I think she hates all of us.
That's true. There's a reason we're the only ones to stay in this class. That in itself is a feat. She's a tough professor. I doubt any of us will make the board.
The Tina Wilson original board. You know, I used to look at the photos of all those students on that board, and I didn't think any of them actually existed until Jack came along. I didn't think she had actual favorites, but she does, and I bet none of them painted simple flowers.
Summer, do you like this painting?
I do.
Then you should leave it.
But what's the point if Tina doesn't like it? Why even try?
She's really getting to you this time, huh?
What's the purpose of making anything if I can't ever do well enough? I would love to have that extra money, or even just an A.
Isn't it good enough for you to just like it?
You of all people know that it certainly isn't.
You got me there. I think I stand a fair chance at this scholarship this time, but you worked hard.
Just not hard enough. I've never gotten a decent grade in this class.
Art is hard to mark. It's all subjective.
Of course it is, which is why I have to appeal to Tina, which is why I should probably change my painting out. Oh, but what good is it? She doesn't like me.
She doesn't like us.
Do you ever find it weird that she really only favors the one guy in this class?
Yep.
Well, his art is good.
They crowd around Jack's painting.
It's a water bottle. Really?
Tina likes this kind of thing.
Oh, it's a Tina Wilson original, all right.
Remember the butter routine? It's not half as bad as that.
The worst performance art I've ever seen. Is that meant to be blood?
I think so. It isn't exactly the right shade, but what else would it be?
I don't know. Juice? It is a water bottle.
But it's getting stabbed, so it's gotta be blood.
Either way, it's pretty lackluster. I thought he was going to do something more. Do you guys think Tina will like it? Think he'll get the money?
She likes how he challenges art, I think. He tries to be like Duchamp, conceptual. It's because he pretends to make a statement, but what does a water bottle say?
Or she just likes him because he's an artsy boy. They're rare.
I don't think he's going to get anywhere with this. It's not the boldest statement. His laziness is showing. I think I could win this one. I'm confident. If not me, then Liv. I mean, he always pushes it, but this one is just really ugly.
It really is.
Okay, really? You don't think I don't stand a chance at all?
Pause. Jack re-enters. His shirt is now red.
You really don't stand a chance. I've basically got this money now. I always get the money because I always win at these games. Good luck trying.
Jack suddenly falls dramatically to the ground. His coffee splatters everywhere.
Jack, Jack, are you okay?
He doesn't move.
What just happened?
He fell, I guess.
I'll go get a mop.
She exits.
He's not moving. Why isn't he moving? Jack? Is he conscious?
Jack! Guess not. It's pretty weird.
Do you think something happened? Does he have allergies or something?
Allergies? Really?
Well, what else? Is he asleep or something?
Would he just randomly fall asleep in the middle of his sentence?
I don't know, maybe.
Was it the middle of his sentence? Or did he just say good luck trying?
I don't know. Does it matter?
Ruby re-enters with a mop.
Oh, is he like out?
He isn't moving.
That's weird.
Ruby begins to mop. She looks at him and looks around, notices the water bottle painting, looks at Jack, back to the water bottle, back to Jack.
You sneaky son of a bitch!
What? What did I do?
You didn't do anything. Jack is being his art.
What?
He's the water bottle. Oh, this is so stupid.
Liv starts laughing really hard.
Why would he do that?
Because he's Jack. Because he sucks.
Ruby, he's right there.
Really? He changed into a red shirt so he can match his stupid painting. You really think he's going to stay here after hours for when Tina comes to mark our projects? Huh, Jack?
He might be sleeping or something.
No, he's putting on a show.
Liv waves her hand over Jack's face.
At least he's committed. He must have only just thought of this. That's so Jack.
I knew he was going to pull some shit like this. He was inspired by your chair idea, the interactiveness of it. This water bottle was just too simple, wasn't it? He couldn't have just a water bottle. He had to be the water bottle.
Well, don't be mad. It's his work, and if he wants to lie on the ground in the name of art, then he can.
Liv is laughing so hard that she falls to the ground.
That's not even what I'm mad about. I'm mad because it's totally going to work. Tina's going to go crazy for this. I can see it now. Tina walks in and sees this shit, looks over her glasses like she always does, and sits back and looks at it again, then contemplates it, then walks around, then comes back, and then names Jack a genius of art or something.
Well, we don't know that.
Liv and Ruby give her a look. Liv continues to giggle.
Okay, so she will. So what? It's not like it hasn't happened before.
This time is different. I really need that scholarship money. I want to go to grad school. I thought I had a fair chance this time, and I was willing to take second place if Liv won. But I don't stand a single chance at anything with something like this. I have to stand out.
Do you really think we stood a chance ever? Jack always wins anyways.
Ruby considers for a moment and then exits. Liv laughs again.
What's so funny?
I don't know how I'm going to fit both brilliant works of art in the photo. It's so in character. It's hilarious, really.
Sure.
Tina's going to love this.
Do you really think so?
I mean, it would go against her record if she wasn't completely enthralled by her favorite student literally becoming his art.
She mentioned technical skills in a painting a few weeks ago. I'm hoping she's still thinking about that.
If it helps, I really like your painting. And the flowers. They're pretty. But they do look suspiciously like Monet's lilies, don't they?
Well,
Do they mean anything to you?
Ruby re-enters, holding a few cans of paint and brushes. She marches right up to her painting and begins to add to it.
what are you doing?
If he's allowed to go beyond the cantons, then I should be allowed to also.
Ruby adds to her landscape, going off the canvas and onto the wall.
Stop! That is not what we're supposed to be doing. The gallery.
I don't care. I have to do this. If he's gonna try to one up you, oh my god, sorry. If he's gonna try to one us up using himself and stealing Liv's idea, then I just have to figure out a way to stand out more than he does, more than you both do.
You're going to do this by vandalizing the art gallery?
It's not vandalism. It's art.
You are going to get into so much trouble, and then there's no way Tina will give you the scholarship money afterwards. Give me the brush, and then we'll clean up the paint.
No, remember when Jack punched a hole in the wall and then framed it? He never got into any trouble then.
That was a classroom. This is an art gallery. Give me the brush.
I'm not going to. I have to do this.
Will you stop it? Tina isn't going to like this.
Tina doesn't like anything I make.
She definitely won't like it if you throw paint everywhere.
I have a plan. It'll be fine.
Some plan.
Why don't you worry about your own painting? You aren't going to stand out either.
Okay, look, I know I'm not going to get the money. I was never going to get the money, but I'm not about to go painting the walls to try to get the money either.
We come so close every time, and Jack always wins. He always gets the highest grade. He always gets the prize money. He always gets the praise. Don't you want to win for once?
Of course I do, but...
Well, then we're on the same page.
She begins adding paint to the floor as well. Summer sighs and looks at her painting. Liv takes a photo.
Liv, what were you saying before?
About you copying Monet's lilies?
It's not
Do the flowers-
copying, it's inspired. What were you saying about the meaning?
Well, do the flowers mean anything to you? Do they? Well, my art doesn't mean anything.
But that's intentional. You're making meaning out of no meaning. You're saying it's pointless, and that's a fair point.
I just have fun and I do what I want. I don't let anyone else change my art.
Hey, this is what I want to do.
Is it?
Yes, I want it to be big and important, and no one's going to leave this room without talking about it. And it'll be worth something.
No one can buy the wall, Ruby.
Well, then I'll just have to win the scholarship money, won't I?
I have to figure something out. I have to change my painting. You're right. I don't stand a chance with this one.
Summer takes down her painting and exits. Ruby has painted a great deal of the wall and the floor. She stands back.
Are you done yet? Don't go too far. I don't want to step in it and wreck my shoes.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna add more color now.
Ruby continues painting. Liv sits and begins playing with the settings on the camera. A pause. Jack coughs, and the two girls look at him, but not in time to see him move. Summer re-enters.
You know what? I realized something. Everything is pointless.
You just realized that?
I was in denial, but no more. I am done. If she wants a statement, then I might as well not even try.
Summer sticks a label on the wall where her painting used to be.
This is my new painting. I call it a physical representation of all my failures that I never thought were failures until you told me that they were failures, and there's nothing more here because they were never failures to begin with, and now I don't care anymore.
Kinda wordy.
I like it.
Thank you.
Is it not a little lazy?
A Robert Ryman white canvas sold for $20 million.
There isn't even a canvas here.
I'm just tired of trying. Do you think it works?
Ruby stares at the blank wall.
Okay, yeah, you got me. It works. But now mine doesn't work. It's just a lot. Tina's gonna hate it. I don't know what I'm doing. Even you stand a chance of getting the money now.
You really think it's enough for the money?
Maybe.
I don't think so. It doesn't necessarily stand out because it's just a blank wall. It's nothing. She might think you just didn't show. Also, she knows that you're a technical painter. She might love the weird shit, but she also might think that it's not authentic or true to you.
I just can't win this game, can I?
That's why I stopped playing. Like I said, I don't make art for anyone but me.
That's a low jab, Liv. Summer and I are just trying to appeal to Tina because we need that money. Unlike you, who doesn't have to worry about rent or student loans, this actually might make a huge difference in our lives.
I was just saying my thoughts. And besides, I'm not nearly as privileged as the knockout over there.
Oh, right, Jack. He's been out for a while.
He's a really good actor. He's probably right in the zone, focusing really hard on becoming a water bottle.
Will you stop?
She tries to shake Jack awake.
Okay, Jack, this isn't funny anymore.
He's not dead, is he? Someone had to say it.
I'm pretty sure I saw him breathe.
Summer lifts his arm up and lets go. It falls to the floor with a clunk. She checks for a pulse.
Oh my god, I don't feel anything.
What? That was so fast. Let me try.
What if he is dead? What if Liv is right? What would we do?
He totally has a pulse. Here, feel.
I don't feel anything.
What? How do you not? He's breathing. Whatever. I also thought I heard him move earlier. He's just doing his dumb little performance art thing. Remember when he was obsessed with Marina Amovic? He wants to freak everyone out. It's just his art. You're falling into his trap.
But what if he's not faking?
I don't have time for this.
Well, should we not do something? What if there's actually something wrong? I'm going to go find help, or Tina, or someone.
Summer exits. Ruby is adding orange to the walls and floor. Liv takes a photo.
I do honestly think she's going to give it to Jack for committing to his idea. Summer's new lack of a painting is strong, but Jack's the favorite. She's going to be overwhelmed by yours, and the gallery might be angry, so that sort of rules you out.
You're saying I should have listened to Summer?
Maybe. I have an idea, though.
What are you thinking?
It regards you.
What is it?
Between the two of us, one of us always gets second place, or in Tina's words, the B mark.
Unfortunately.
I've always wondered if she's been biased in her marking, or if she just likes shitty art. Maybe we could do a switcheroo and see if there's any fact behind that.
What are you implying?
I have a feeling that Jack isn't going to move. He always commits to things like this. What if we just slid him over to your wall and maybe switched the labels?
Switch paintings.
That way, at least we know. We'll know if she actually likes his art or if she just favors him.
I don't know, Liv. I feel sort of weird about attaching my name to a stupid water bottle. It isn't even my work.
But don't you want to know?
Of course I do, but if you're so keen on finding it out, why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, look at that. My painting doesn't look like a mess. I'm trying to help you.
Wow, thanks. You're really helping.
Okay, I'm sorry. I really just want to know.
You know what? Me too.
Grab his legs.
They begin to slide Jack over to Ruby's painting. Summer re-enters.
That key that Tina gave us only works from the outside. We're locked in.
What? Really?
I'll show you.
They abandon Jack and follow Summer off stage. Jack waits a moment, stands up, and looks at Summer's blank wall. He takes Ruby's paintbrush and makes a huge streak across the blank area. He looks at the chair legs from Liv's piece and unscrews them from the base, so they are precariously holding the chair up. He returns to his original position. Moments later, they return.
We're totally stuck in here, and Jack's unconscious. This is really bad.
I'm pretty sure we came to the conclusion that Jack is okay, right?
We don't know that. Why are you so calm?
He has a pulse, Summer, and he just moved.
He did.
I didn't see him move.
We were moving him.
Oh, so he moved because you were moving him.
Oh, no,
Why were you moving him?
Because we wanted to switch art pieces around. See what happens. See if Ruby wins the prize for the water bottle or if it's just a Jack thing.
So you can try to win using his art. Is that not super immoral? Is that not plagiarism?
If two students switch papers, that's not plagiarism.
You shouldn't even be talking about plagiarism, Monet's lilies.
But that's...
Ruby, grab his legs again.
They begin dragging him again.
What if he is dead?
Summer, relax. It just makes too much sense for Jack to do something like this.
He's unconscious or something. Why are you not freaking out?
Okay, first of all, he has a pulse. Second of all, I just can't freak out over him. He sucks.
There's obviously something wrong with him, and you guys just dragged him across the floor like it was nothing. And look, he won't move.
Summer goes to Jack. She picks up his leg and lets it fall to the floor. She does the same with his other leg and then his arm.
Okay, that's enough. No need to damage the art. Jack isn't exactly a normal person, right? He's an art student, and a pretentious one at that.
Summer notices the red streak across her wall.
Ruby, what the fuck?
What?
Why would you do this? You destroyed my piece.
Liv starts
No.
laughing.
No, I would never.
Would you? You would never? Then what is that?
I swear to you, I didn't do that. I don't know how that... Jack did that. When we left to go check the door, he moved.
Jack is unconscious. It was you. You actually thought I had a chance at winning for once, didn't you? The one time I have a chance and you ruined it.
I promise it wasn't me.
It has to be. You'd do anything for that money, wouldn't you? Did you also do this?
What?
Did you do this to him? Did you poison him or something? Because he always wins and you never get first place?
Summer, let's just think for a moment. Of course I wouldn't do anything like that. Be rational.
I am the only rational one here at the moment. You destroyed my art, and I know how bad you want that money.
Yeah, I want the money, but
And what would you do to get that money, huh? How far would you go? I know your family isn't supportive at all. You need that money, and if you're willing to sabotage other people's work for it, who knows what else you'll do.
oh my god, it's Jack. He's fine. You know I wouldn't hurt anyone. I didn't do anything.
Then Then why does it feel like you did? You were the last one holding his coffee, doing the cream and sugar thing. You could have slipped something in there, and the second I went to get help, you ruined my painting.
It wasn't even a painting. Why don't you just leave me alone? That's not real evidence. Jack is obviously just performance acting. That's what he does. And I swear to you, I never touched your painting. I wouldn't even stoop that low. Was your best so far. I wouldn't do that.
You've never taken my art seriously, both of you. But at least my art is good. At least I'm making it work.
Tina never seems to think so, and you're not making it work. You're just giving up and trying to do something that Jack would do. Your painting is literally nothing now. Everything you do is so unoriginal.
Who says Jack's art is bad? You just hate it because he always wins, so you found a way to poison.
Did you ever think you're blaming this on me because you're defending Jack's stupid tendencies? And why would you be doing that? There's a number of reasons. Maybe you just think he's superior. Maybe you actually think his art is better than yours.
Fuck you.
Stop accusing me of murder!
Summer lunges for Ruby and a small fight breaks out between the two of them. Liv attempts to stop it by coming in between them, but she is shoved away. Liv pulls out a shoelace and in the midst of the kerfuffle manages to tie Summer's hands behind her back. Summer, hands tied up, runs to shove Ruby, but before she can, Ruby grabs a can of blue paint and dumps it onto Summer. She falls to the ground, hands behind her back, absolutely covered in paint. Liv laughs.
Will you stop laughing at things that aren't?
Sorry, this is just. Wow.
What the fuck? Can you untie me?
That was really fast. How'd you tie her like that?
Liv shrugs. No one unties Summer. She struggles. There's a pause.
Well, I'll just live with the implications I created surrounding that.
How the hell are you going to clean this up? Both of you. You're going to get into so much shit for this.
Who cares about the mess? Let's make some art.
All right.
Summer struggles on the floor. There's paint everywhere. Ruby and Liv move Jack underneath Ruby's painting. Ruby arranges him while Liv moves the labels. They stare at their work.
That blue really messed my whole thing I was going for.
That doesn't matter, because it isn't your art anymore. This masterpiece is your art.
How is this even art? It's so last minute. You probably made this in a minute.
Mine was last minute too.
Yours at least had some emotion. This is literal recycling.
I don't know. I mean, Summer's sort of lacked a physical form, you know? That could be bad for grades.
Well, someone wrecked it, and I don't care anymore. That's the whole point. It's a statement. She likes statements, right?
You could represent that through something.
Like what?
A painting, a broken pencil, a backpack, a water bottle, anything.
Stop messing around. It's not like she's gonna do her painting all over again. You basically ruined it for her.
I mean, you do. Summer already looks like a painting.
Here, Summer, stand against the wall where your art piece is. Now, you're the art. Don't worry too much about copying anyone. It's inspired by our art. It's only copying if Jack intended to do that, which he hasn't said anything about.
He is saying everything he needs to say. If I didn't hate you before, I definitely hate you now.
I really like this. A summer's day.
This is all his fault. If he wasn't in this class, none of us would be fighting all the time. We wouldn't be trying to outdo each other all the time. We might even like each other.
Liv comes back with duct tape in her hands. She promptly begins to tape Summer to the wall.
What are you doing?
She can be a piece of the art.
Oh, okay. I don't like it.
Well, I called the piece a summer's day. Isn't it cute?
No, not that. Jack looks too profound and good in my painting. His shirt even matches the paint.
But at least we'll know.
Whatever. I don't know what to do. This is a mess, and I'll probably have to pay for damage.
Here, maybe this will make it better.
Liv removes Ruby's painting from the wall, leaving a blank square where the painting had been.
Doesn't that look better? It's like a play on negative space.
Summer. It actually sort of does look better.
Okay, yeah, fine, it does. But I can't use it because you did it.
Stop being so original. Everything has been done before. Most things happen at least twice. We have 3 art pieces about people becoming their art here.
Summer. I did not consent to being my art.
I think I'm done.
I'd say it's a masterpiece.
No, I don't want to do this anymore. Who cares about what Tina thinks? Every time I go to a gallery, I'll just be thinking about this mess. Why do we care so much about what she wants anyway? She goes so crazy for Jack's stupid work. Maybe we shouldn't care about what she says. Have either of you seen her art?
Summer. I haven't.
Do you think it would look like that?
Liv points at the water bottle.
I mean, probably.
If that's the case, I like ours better. This whole room is basically our art. We tampered with the whole thing.
Yeah, look at this. I think the only ugly part of this art piece would be the guy pretending to lie on the ground over there.
Summer. I'm still not convinced he's pretending.
You're right, Summer. This is a game we can't win. I'm gonna try to clean this up a little. Maybe cut whatever damage fines I get in half. I don't want more debt.
I like it. It looks nice.
Me too. Is there a bucket anywhere? Something I could use to...
Her gaze rests on the water bottle. Summer shakes her head. Ruby goes and grabs the water bottle. At the crinkle of plastic, Jack sits up. Summer. Jack, are you okay? Are you...
Jack, don't fuck with it. I just got it perfect.
He marches over and snatches the water bottle out of Ruby's hands. He repins it to the canvas very carefully.
Jack, don't you know it's rude to mess with other people's art? I spent a lot of time on this. You wouldn't understand. Also, I'm not dead, Summer. You're just stupid. But it was a lot of fun. The exhibition's going to be one for the books. I'm taking the scholarship and going to grad school. See ya.
He lays back down in the same pose as before. Stunned silence. The girls all burst out laughing.
Art is not what you see, but what you make others see.
This was actually his art. Why are we still here? Why am I still here?
Edgar Degas.
It was him, wasn't it?
Edgar Degas?
No, Jack. He was the one that wrecked the blank wall failure painting. Jesus, maybe I deserved this.
Yeah, Ruby was innocent. Not that you would have taken my word for it.
I'm so sorry.
Jack's an asshole.
He always takes my ideas. Remember when I drew that still life of a few apples and he taped apples to a canvas to mock me? He could have never done that without me.
You're a genius, Ruby.
Oh, shut up. You're much better at painting. Why were we even trying?
You know, I don't think you should clean this up. I think we might be onto something. We should add some more to this. Just go crazy or whatever. We could just splatter paint the whole room. Jackson Pollock style, except everywhere. The gallery's already covered in paint, so as long as we don't mess with my piece, I'm willing to do whatever. We can split the scholarship money if one of us actually gets it.
All right, fine by me. Who cares anymore?
Ruby grabs a can of paint and hands it to Liv. Liv starts adding to the mess of the wall by Ruby's painting, doing whatever she pleases.
Bucket. Hey, Ruby, can you go get my original painting?
Sure can.
Ruby retrieves the painting and hangs it up above Summer.
I like this one. Flowers are good. Georgia O'Keeffe painted flowers, and people like them.
You are really good at painting, I promise. Even...
I know. It looks like Monet lilies. I get it.
I was going to say, even when you have become a painting.
A beep as the PA system is activated. Tina's voice is heard. Tina. No, it was far better than I thought. You four are the worst art students I've ever seen in my 7 years of teaching. Jack slowly sits up.
Tina?
What the hell?
Tina, you four are perfect for this performance piece. I knew the second you all walked in the door. And look at you, all becoming friends.
I'm confused. Are you guys confused?
I always had a vision of a bottle episode. A few strong characters trapped in a room together. How will they react? Will it be filled with a level of normalcy or something more theatrical? I always thought it would be an interesting art piece. I wanted to make something real, something organic.
So you locked us in here? You put this together?
You could say this one is definitely going in my book. Having Jack's low-effort pieces must take the lead must have really done you all over. How does he do it? Why does Tina love him? Why does he always get the best grade? Must have really got you wondering. Does she like art with no effort put into it? Is she sexist? Does she like bold statements? Is it just her thing? How do I get her to notice me? And then to blame Ruby on his actions? Truly beautiful. It's ironic that you all pretended to be art, when in reality you actually are the art.
You bitch. I knew those classes were bullshit. This was all for you.
Well, this is opening night for my exhibition. This is a showcase of my art, or in this case, a showcase of you four. And the classes weren't bullshit. I'm sure you've learned some things along the way. Or maybe you haven't. That's for you to decide.
This is your art piece?
A Tina Wilson original.
So does that mean...
There are spectators. I had a two-way glass installed. The house lights rise a little to show the audience.
Oh my god. They've been watching us all along? But you said this was an exhibition for us.
It was booked under Tina. What about the scholarship?
I could split it between the four of you, but for the sake of the artwork and for purposes of yours and my own, I've decided to have another exhibition of the same kind tomorrow evening. I think I'll give the scholarship to whoever impresses me the most there. That sounds good. Whoever brings in the best art tomorrow. I want to see your artwork rise to the occasion. Right now, they're all looking a little like trash. Anyways, the gallery is closed. Good night. The PA system shuts off. Stunned silence.
Jack, it's gonna be me. It should be me. It's always me.
Oh, can it?
She rips the water off the water bottle, pours the rest of her cold coffee into it, and chugs the whole thing down. She then throws it on the ground and steps on it.
You bitch. That's my art. I'm gonna have to find another water bottle.
He picks up the bottle and stares at it.
This one was important. It was found in a river. Live. Well, with that, I think it's safe to say that my piece stands out the most. It's the only one that retained any of its intention and appeal. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow.
Liv gathers her things up and is about to exit. She, still stunned and holding the water bottle, Jack goes to sit on the chair in front of Liv's piece. As soon as he sits, it completely falls apart.
Jack, what? You broke my piece?
Jack, I swear I didn't.
You sat in it and it crumbled.
Jack, well, I think Ruby grabs a paintbrush.
If you don't shut up, I might actually poison you.
Okay, I'm going to turn this into a real blank painting, and I'm going to win this money.
Summer struggles to get out of the duct tape, but can't quite do it. Ruby adds more paint. Jack casually moves away from the broken chair and attempts to make the water bottle less crushed.
Huh, this'll be fun.
Lights fade, and...
Well, in, classic 2021 style, we fought with some technical difficulty.
It was a journey. That's okay.
You're all incredibly resilient. Thanks so much. Sorry, that was a lot of fun for us to frantically try and figure out exactly where we were going with that. So we're actually going to move on to Neo Sapien. But before we do that, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I know. I do know that this particular play, you took second place in the 2021 Playwright Prize playwriting competition at the University of Lethbridge, which is really exciting. I am sure that was quite a pat on the back and like a warm hug.
Mm-hmm. It was very exciting. I'm still very excited.
I believe it. Absolutely. We're going to pull Chelsea back into the little space here, and we're just going to ask a couple questions on Neo Sapien. Beautiful. So, Day, when you were writing Neo Sapien, I just asked you about the Atina Wilson original. Same question. What kind of gave you inspiration for writing Neo Sapien?
This one was a little bit harder, and I actually don't remember the exact anything that gave it to me. I think I really wanted to write more science fiction style things, but I couldn't figure out how to make that into a play. This has gone through a lot of drafts, so it's hard to think of the actual moment. But yeah, I think it came from the science fiction and how interesting that writing is. And honestly, maybe a little bit of the apocalyptic feel that 2020 brought.
For your show, what was like the drafting process like? Like, did you have to do it multiple times, or were you set on something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one has been a long process. I actually started it, I think in the fall of 2019. It's been a while. Yeah, it's gone through probably over 10 different drafts, and it's come a long ways.
What was like the scariest hurdle to overcome when you were writing the show?
Ooh. Not being afraid to go to the sort of darker or creepier tones of it. I think that was pretty tricky to wrestle with, and also to make it sound a little more. It's the story of two scientists, so making it sound like how a scientist would speak was pretty difficult because I have no idea about any of that. So,
as a playwright who has now written multiple plays, so sorry for my inability to speak today. If you were to talk to someone who is just starting out on playwriting, what's some inspiration or advice that you would give them?
Ooh, I'll say this to everyone, and especially all like the youths: just write, just do it, and just keep doing it. And then I don't know, you might have to do what I did and practice play like 20 times before it even gets good. But you just got to keep doing it, and you'll get somewhere, and it'll be interesting. Sometimes it'll be fun. So that's my advice: just keep writing them, and have as much fun as you can with it.
Beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the read of Neo Sapien. I am going to warn you all that we are just going to give you a tester of this play for now. We are actually just going to give you a little feel for what it's like. Day has not put this show up on its feet yet, so we don't want to give the ending away. So that way, when the premiere does go up, we can all see what happens to the play on the tail end. So we are just going to do a bit of a taster on this one. So I'll go ahead and call all of the performers to the stage. And right before we begin, much like the last one, I do just want to give a content warning ahead of time that there may be some explicit language. Thank you so much. You can take me out of here. I'm not important.
Ellie and Liam fall into the space. Ellie barely lands before she stands up, gasping for air. She holds her stomach and slowly realizes where she is. She sees Liam, who is lying unconscious.
Liam? Liam? No. No. Oh no.
She takes him in her arms and begins to take in the gravity of the situation. Liam stirs.
Oh? Oh.
She scrambles up and begins looking around, getting lost in the landscape.
Where are we? Where are we in this mess?
She pulls a marker out of her lab pocket and begins to write on her sleeve.
What do I remember? I remember that we fell. The gateway must have been opened. We can't be too far from the edge. No, we aren't too far from the edge. So that means that the brush is thick, with coniferous trees.
A landscape of green, thick pine.
It's strange. I made this. I know this, and now I'm inside of it. It's kind of beautiful. A shift. Paradigm. It feels like a little home, doesn't it?
Liam stirs once again. Ellie rushes towards him.
Dr. Hermel?
Ellie?
Hey, it's okay.
Ellie, we're...
Shh, it's okay. I'm working on it. You were only out for about a minute.
A minute?
You were out for about a minute, and I sort of know where we are.
She sees his watch and grabs his wrist.
It's 3:48 a.m. The morning shift comes in at 7. We have 3 hours. Only 3 hours to go until they get here. We should be safe, as long as we stay away from her.
Who's the morning staff?
Oh no, it's us. We're the morning staff. That's why we stayed late tonight. Oh God. Liam, we have to stop staying here so late. I knew that things were going to go wrong.
What did you call me?
If we're the morning staff, then who's going to come find us?
Don't call me that.
We're not going to get out here for 13 hours? Is that right?
You know this.
13 hours. 13 hours in here? 13 hours for her to find us? Liam, she'll find us for sure.
Stop calling me that.
Really? That's what you're worried about?
My head hurts so bad.
Liam, we're in the habitat and you're worried about your name?
Liam groans and lies down.
Oh, you're probably concussed, aren't you? I forgot all my first aid. All of it.
She laughs.
That's great. That's just great. That's really funny. I remember all of our labs except for the safety part. And you know that's hilarious because they really drill it into our heads. They did a safety thing every 4 months. Not that we even went to many of those. And it's poof, gone. Absolutely gone.
Liam lets out a soft laugh.
Right? We skipped the safety meetings to work, and now you have a concussion, and who knows what will happen next.
Liam laughs a little more. Ellie pulls out her marker again and holds her arm up. She draws one more tally mark on her sleeve.
The first few minutes will be over shortly. 13 hours left. You can keep track of the time.
Lights change. Ellie and Liam are younger, lab partners.
Are you keeping track of the time?
Of course.
Great. So specimen reads well to the treatment. Hypothesis has been confirmed, blah blah. Specimen is thriving, eating lots of flies. Can you help me with my lab report later?
Sure, anytime. Here, I'll give you my phone number.
Ellie uses her marker to write her phone number in Liam's lab coat.
Thanks. I appreciate the help. And the number.
Isn't it funny how we watched him grow?
The frog?
Yeah, the frog. He used to be a tadpole, but now he has legs.
He is pretty cute.
It's too bad we'll have to boil him.
What?
Oh, I don't want to. I really like him. I'd rather keep him as a pet, honestly. Stop looking at me like that. I really love him.
We're going to boil him?
That's what I heard. Do you know of the boiling frog fable?
A fable?
Apparently, a way back when some scientists found out that if you put a frog in boiling water, it'll jump out.
As it should.
Yes. However, if you put a frog in temperate water and bring it to a slow boil, then the frog has no idea it is being boiled and dies.
They don't realize what's happening to them until it's too late? That's pretty sad, Elle.
I didn't say it was a good fable or theory, but apparently we're going to see if it's true with this little guy.
Well, it'll be interesting to find out, I guess.
I guess. I was thinking the other day.
What were you thinking? About?
She noticed something on his coat and reaches over and dusts it off. She looks at him and their eyes meet for a moment long.
I was thinking about frogs.
Oh, frogs? You were thinking about frogs?
Yes, frogs. I was thinking about how they shift between water and land so fluidly. If there were a specimen that could do that and choose land or water, then their survival rate would increase. Oh, I don't know. I'm still coming up with the idea.
Okay. Well, I hope to hear it later.
If I can formulate it.
If it's an idea from you, it's guaranteed to be good.
Lights change. We are back in the woods. Liam is sitting up, holding his head. He seems to be a bit better. Ellie paces. She finally sits and attempts to draw a map on her coat.
So we just wait? Any other ideas?
I'm trying to think, to formulate a plan of some sort.
We're on the edge, correct?
It looks so real from the inside. It's not big, but it sure feels that way. I believe we are on the edge.
But if this place is designed and change, and it could do so at any moment.
It's unlikely it will shift, especially on the edge. The trees are thick here in order to keep her away.
Waiting it out might be our only option. This is the safest we can be, right?
I'm afraid that it might not be.
Why not?
Smell.
If we're on the edge, then what are the chances of her smelling us?
I'm here. She knows my scent a little too well.
We dulled her senses, even though I don't think she can smell you, unless she's just hanging out over there, which she is unlikely to do.
Her smell is her strongest sense.
We'll be fine. Just have to wait it out, I suppose. God, I wish she would just eat plants.
Ellie laughs.
What? I'm being serious.
It sounds like you want a toddler to eat her vegetables, like she won't eat her broccoli or carrots or something.
Don't say it like that.
Wait it out. Just wait it out. Lee?
We've been through this.
Really?
I know you wanted to bring it up again because it bothers you, but we have to be careful. I can't let anything jeopardize my position here, especially not for something as small as a name.
It's not like we're interns anymore. You're not going to lose your job at this point. You're literally the face of this project. They can't get rid of you.
Reputations matter too. We need the funding, badly. And we are now in the middle of the habitat. And I have no idea how I'm going to get back from this after we get out. How did we even get in here?
The gateway was opened. That switch, I'm assuming the red one, we haven't had a lock on it for a week now.
I knew that was a poor design.
You designed it. I know you didn't forget. It was that late night in the lab when you...
Which night?
I don't even know. Liam, I think I might be ready to go home.
If we ever get back to the lab, don't call me Liam right now.
If you want us to take our job seriously, then maybe we should be treating it like a 9 to 5.
We don't have a choice. I want to be the first one to finish her. We've obviously taken the most risk for this project. We deserve the glory.
Is this really about glory? We're so tired that we don't remember how we got in here. We are in our specimen's cage. That is not glorious.
It's just a setback.
There are always setbacks. Have you ever thought that maybe this whole thing is just a big setback?
What are you talking about? You of all people should know that this is a legitimate project.
I'm not questioning our legitimacy. I'm questioning our methods. Why are we still trying to do this? Why do we waste so much food on her? At this point, she eats more than she'll ever provide. Why do we even have the gateway?
It was a long time ago. When she becomes docile, we could use the gateway to enter the habitat. You know this. I'm repeating myself.
Anything else to say about it?
Liam stares at her, shakes his head, pause.
Nothing to say about the gateway? It's just another setback then, and you need to stop caring about your name.
It's professional.
I'm not calling you Dr. Harmel anymore. It's stupid.
I'm not going to lose my job.
It's a name. Nobody cares. Stop caring. There are bigger things.
What bigger than this? What's bigger than feeding all the poor, starving people on the planet, huh? What's bigger than that? That's my job. And if having a professional name helps me to keep it that, then I will do what it takes.
We had better be on a first-name basis by now. I let you call me Ellie. And let's face reality here. It's not like we've ever fed anyone.
Really?
Sometimes I wish we just stayed as interns.
Really? You think interns? Interns?
Yeah.
No. The interns will be coming in the morning shift.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. All right. So the habitat. Where are we and where should we go?
He adds to the map that Ellie's been drawing on her arm, crossing over to her back.
The deforested part, the only part that won't shift. If we follow the edge, then maybe we can get there in time. It'll at least help them locate us. Come on, Ellie, we have to go.
She puts a hand over her stomach and pauses.
Elle?
Okay, let's go.
Lights change. Ellie and Liam have the television on. The news underlays the entire conversation.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
What are you thinking of doing?
I don't know. Somewhere happy?
I'm happy.
I want a happy world, you goof.
Reporting signs of weight loss in the overall population, decreasing body mass by 5% at minimum. Meanwhile, families are rationing cans of food and attempting to start their own gardens. Who would have thought, huh?
Sometimes people just avoid crisis because it's better to pretend it isn't real.
Until it affects you personally.
Exactly. Did you go to the grocery store the other day?
I did. There isn't as much there as there used to be. But there's still some things. I wish history wasn't happening this way. It was supposed to be awesome. Like flying cars and stuff.
If only we lived in that one movie with flying cars and stuff.
Oh, shut up.
Sorry. You're just my favorite person to make fun of.
An unidentified man appeared to have entered the house and stolen the food. Want to get out of here? Actually get out of here? There's this place I wanted to go look at for the ecosystem. As a side project. A side project. I know it's not your thing, but I was thinking about it and thought maybe you...
I'll go.
Okay, let's do it.
Where is it?
In the woods somewhere. I have a tent.
Liam, you're really good at making things up as you go.
Well, I try my best. They say the young people will be the most affected demographic in the coming years of this famine.
God, this sucks.
Well, you can't let it get you down too much. We are the lucky few. Have to keep moving forward and living. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
I guess if we want to see things change, we'll have to do it ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so. I would love to do something big one day. Something huge. So people know me.
Let's go out first, for your side project. But one day we will, once we figure out what that huge thing is.
Promise?
Promise.
Lights change. Ellie and Liam have been walking. The trees have shifted to a species that is a little more delirious.
I'll be right back. I promise.
Liam leaves. Pause. Ellie may draw briefly on her lab coat as she speaks.
I know you're in here. I can tell. I can feel you in here. In there. I guess I thought something would change. Maybe this time would be different somehow. Maybe they would shift. In a non-literal sense. You would think things would be different from the inside. But they're just the same, except more dangerous. I want a shift. A change. For Liam. But it's nice nonetheless. To know where you came from, but also know where you live. You were my world, and now I'm in yours. What am I saying? Talking to myself. I don't talk to myself. No, wait, I do. When I'm trying to figure things out, when chemistry and biology decide to get married, it gets confusing, and so I talk it out. It helps. One time I even prayed. Not like I'm alone in here anyways. You're listening. This I know. What am I going to do? I can't let her find us. I can feel her. She's closer, and I think she knows. Besides that, how do I tell him? She's going to find us before I do.
Liam comes back.
I think I know where we are. I mean, of course it's difficult to tell, but I actually charted a lot of this area while you were occupied in the lab. We set out a really huge stone as a landmark for the edge. Of course it could have shifted, and I can't be sure, but I think we're close.
And we're going to pull it off right there. So that was our first little taster of Day's play, Neo Sapien. We're going to go ahead and pull Day back. Hi, I'm hitting you with some unprompted questions. I am just wondering, as a wrapped Neo Sapien here, what's your next step? Are you planning on workshopping it? What is that next stage in playwriting?
Yeah, I think for this one, since it's pretty much at its almost final draft, I'd say there's always little details that you want to change the more you hear it read out loud. So yeah, maybe do a few workshops and then see what else we can do. Since it's a 2-person show, it's easier to find actors for. So I'm hoping that one day it gets done and maybe goes to a 1-act fest or something.
That's really exciting. I hope that we get to see it really soon. I feel sneaky because I've read the show all the way through, which is why we didn't want to give that ending away, because there is quite a lot of fun to be had in that show still. Did we hit your favorite part of the show yet?
Probably not yet. Sorry.
No. It's like a guess what, guys? Day's favorite is still coming later.
Maybe next time, maybe it'll be in an actual performance.
That's the hope. I think that's what we all hope for once we're ready to play. So, do you have an ideal location you'd like to see it at? Like, if you had all of the money in the world, where would you perform it?
All of the money in the world. You know what? I've always thought about doing it as a short film and then seeing where you could take it in the woods or something. But as a play, which it actually is, either I think an outdoor show would be interesting, or honestly, I think you could do it anywhere. I kind of tried to design it so that way there wouldn't be too much of a set on stage, and you could use lighting to design the set. There's a lot that could happen with it, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a director pick it up and do something that I didn't even think of. So,
Well, thank you so much for letting us use your shows tonight. We really appreciate it. And we had a lot of fun with them. So hopefully it was nice to hear them back and being able to hear them in different cadences, is what I usually say.
yeah, thank you so much to the readers tonight, all of our lovely Grande Prairie youth. You guys are wonderful.
Yes, and thank you once again to the event committee, as well as Chelsea, for helping plan everything and having support, as well as both of our producers that are on tonight that saved me from saying things when I was not supposed to be talking. So sorry. And thank you for putting the phonetic pronunciation of my name on the screen. I really appreciate that. Just before we pop off, I just want to let you guys know what is coming in the upcoming time here. Next week on April 29th, we do have a singer-songwriter night happening. There's original music. It's going to be super funky fresh, and they are doing songs from the Plague, I believe it is. So make sure you tune in next week to be able to catch all of that. Likewise, on May 6th, there will be another story slam hosted by Alyssa Hudson. The theme for this one is going to be victory. To register to participate in the story slam, go ahead and email box.office@gplt.ca or message us on Facebook. If you would like to register as a participant, the information is exactly the same. You just say that you want to be a not a participant. So sorry, someone who's watching, the other word. And again, if you have a youth that's over the age of 15 that would be interested in facilitating, hosting, or co-planning a youth event, have them connect with the box office or the Facebook page as well, and we would be happy to help support them in making that happen. Once more, thank you all so much for your participation in making these scripts come to life, and the audience for watching tonight, because what is theater without an audience? What is art? The questions we have from tonight. So thank you so very much. Have a wonderful